Hey folks, hope you're doing well. I want to talk about compare three different terms today, just real quick. The first one is happiness. Uh, there are people that are happy in various ways. Typically, happiness tends to be circumstantial. I tend to define it more as an emotional sense or feeling. Psalm 73 speaks about those people that are not in trouble like other men, and they're not plagued like mankind. They seem to have abundance. They seem to be able to do whatever they want, have whatever they want. Um, I think most people would consider them happy because they have so much. It's more of a circumstantial, emotional aspect. Then there is what is spoken of in Philippians chapter 4 and verse 11. There is contentment. Contentment has nothing to do with circumstance. It has everything to do with an attitude. Paul said, I've learned in whatever state I'm in therewith to be content. That he was content when he had nothing. He was content when he had much. He actually says that he can do all of this in the next verse through Christ who strengthens him. So that is contentment. Then there is a sense of joy. Now, joy, I believe, is in many ways very similar to contentment. But joy or blessing that comes from just simply being in right relationship with God. There is a blessed man who's drawing resources that have nothing to do with the life that is around him. His roots are deep. He's a blessed man. Psalm 1 and verse 1 through 3. Doesn't derive his life from the world around him. He derives it from another source. The Bible speaks in Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 6 through 9 of, well, actually comparison. There's some people that trust in humanity, and it says that they'll never see, and doesn't, the word there is tov. It's not prosperity, it's good. They'll never see good. But there's another person who trusts in the Lord, and they have a tremendous amount of depth. And it says that their leaf will not fade and won't wither, and when the heat comes, it's not going to affect them. Well, just think for a moment about where you are today, you and I. I think we all have to kind of look at ourselves. I don't want to just be content with the circumstance that I'm in. I certainly don't want to just be happy because everything is going well for me, or I don't have any problems and all my relationships are healthy. I want to be blessed. I want to have joy that comes deep down from inside, just as Paul said, rejoice in the Lord in Philippians 4, 1 and on, that we have this joy that comes from God because there's a depth in our relationship to him, a joy that can only be known by a person who honestly has their hope fixed on Christ. A great joy in knowing our Savior and in knowing and having a personal relationship with it. And not only personal, but how can I say it? A present relationship with him. You actually get to be in his presence. There's a joy in all of this. Now, I believe that attitude, along with contentment. Contentment is what other people see. Joy is something that is in your heart. They might think it's strange if it's not necessarily an emotional expression. It's just an attitude of praise that we have in our heart, no matter what the circumstance happen to be. Because we have this relationship that can't be changed nor taken from us. And actually, we have to ignore it to not fully experience the effects of it. That's why we can count it all joy when we fall into various trials. Because we know it works. God is working. James chapter 1 and verse 2 and 3. I hope you're not just happy today. And I hope you're not just content, you're just kind of content, just making it through, whether it's good or bad. I hope you also that you have joy, a joy that comes from knowing that you have a God who's with you, knows you, loves you, and everything that happens to you is part of his plan and care. Until next time, friends, God bless you.